With Sunday being my only day off this weekend and my husband at work until late tonight, I had a lot to meal prep for our week ahead and not a lot of energy or sets of hands to do so. So I thought I would just show you guys some snippets of what I prepped for the coming days while just chatting and catching up. I've shown this yogurt bowl recipe plenty of times, so I'll just link it in this video and talk over it while I make it. But my husband is a resident physician. He's going to be a primary care provider, and so his schedule kind of ebbs and flows. Generally speaking, it's just not great in residency, and this is the example of that. I think it's been 4 weeks since he's had a weekend off, and we are just chugging through. On the other hand, I am still kind of recovering from getting food poisoning last week. Luckily, I'm pretty much on the mend at this point. I think I'm back to normal, but it was a doozy of a week, so I'm pretty wiped out, and I did not sleep well this week. I was also curious to know if any of you guys have heard of that bug that's going around, Psychosporia, I think it's called, and it's mostly in berries and fresh produce, and it can get you really, really sick for quite a long time. I think a lot of people have to go on antibiotics for it, Bactrim, I think it is, and it just sounds horrible. Having just been through food poisoning, the idea of having to go through that, but for weeks, is horrifying to me, and I never ever want to do that again. So I'm just curious on what everyone is doing for meal prepping and eating, because most of my diet during the week consists of having fresh produce and fresh fruit, and having to cook all of my vegetables before I eat them just adds a lot of time and energy. I can't make, for example, a salad for lunch or a sandwich and put in a bunch of mixed greens. And of course, you should be thoroughly washing your vegetables and fruit if you can, and that does help, but it doesn't fully prevent potential bacteria like Psychosporia living on. They just recommend you cook everything past 150 degrees, and so again, no salads for the meantime. And honestly, I don't think I could stomach any for a while just because of everything I went through the past week. So for dinner this week, I'm planning on making a pesto pasta, and I've also shown this recipe here before. I use Brahmi protein pasta that I get from Costco, and this week I had 2 zucchinis from last week that I needed to use up, and then some cherry tomatoes and this Amy Lou chicken sausage that we love. We get it from Costco. It's so great, really good ingredients and perfect flavor. By the time I was done prepping all of this, I was tired and hungry and needed lunch, so I decided to make a lunch that I could also have leftovers for tomorrow for both my husband and me to bring to lunch. And so I just grabbed this mandarin chicken. It was frozen, it was easy, and I threw in green beans and edamame, put corn in my rice, and that's how I have multiple meals prepped.